Okay. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me now? Anybody there? Check, check. Check. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. Okay, perfect. So I just talked for about 2.5 minutes and nobody heard what I was saying. So, okay. Well, thanks for sticking around while it was just muted there. So, oops. Anyway, what I was saying is we got the 4 hour to finally break above this trend line here, and we got rejected as I was thinking. Perfect. Oh, good. There's 4 people in here. Nice. Okay, so we got rejected off the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. I kind of expected that to happen, but the good news is we're above this trend line here. So as long as we can hold within this range here of roughly 0.413 all the way up to the 200 EMA at 0.421, as long as we can hang out in there for a little bit, that's fine. Breaking above this 200 EMA is the next step. We got to get above that, otherwise it's just another rejection and we're coming down is really what's going to happen. As I was saying earlier while my mic was not on, the braid filter is still gray down here, so I'm not really pleased with that. The volume is pretty low as well, so that's not a good sign either. So we need to pay attention to that. But if we drop to the 1 hour here, the 1 hour is a little different. So the braid filter is going up, which is good. That's what we want to see. The volume is still low though, so that's not good. But we are hitting the 100 EMA along with the trend line here and on the 1 hour. And I can imagine once we break above this 100 EMA with a nice solid candle, we got rejected off of it with this candle right here. You can see that the wick pushed us right back down underneath it. And so we got rejected. But if we can break above with a solid candle, then that means that this 200 EMA is probably our next stop right around 0.445. And that would actually be a good sign, because that's actually kind of the price target, just a little bit above the price target of getting out of this falling broadening wedge is right around this area right here. And I can imagine we'd come back and retest this Fibonacci level right here at the 4.5 cent level is probably where we'd be headed to. And zoom out a little bit. You know, I put my buy orders down at the 786, and I just tweeted a little bit ago that I don't know that those are going to get filled. So that's actually a good thing. Not for me, because I didn't get my orders filled, but it's a good thing for the price that my orders aren't getting filled down there, because that means if we can hold this 618, that means this W pattern is playing out nicely, because that's the retest area of the W pattern. It's also the 618, and a retest of the 618 on a big bullish move like this is pretty bullish in itself. So that's a good thing. So me not getting my orders filled, that's okay. You know, I was just hoping to get down there, but oh well. But we'd like to see this thing, and I think in my last couple of videos I was talking about how I think that we're probably, as long as we can hold this 618, that's our good chance to move back up. Now, everybody needs to pay attention, like I've been saying, to this yellow line here at 4 cents. So that's, yeah, so that's, you're about break even right now. So I mean, that's at the 618. I mean, that would be the first spot. I should have probably put a little buy order here, a little nibble, and then put my larger buy order down here. But I really didn't need the extra Ravencoin. I already filled up quite a bit when I was down here at just under 3 cents. So just trying to add to my bags over here, and that's okay if it didn't get filled. But yeah, as long, I mean, 4 cents could have been the proper buy, actually. That puts you in right at the retest here. And if we continue on and have a big move, I mean, like XRP's having a massive move right now. I'm kind of kicking myself. I'd meant to put a order in on XRP, and I just forgot about it or something. I don't know. It must have been when I was on my little mini vacay. I just forgot about it and didn't put it in. So yeah. I mean, if the futures are falling, that's not a good sign either. Also, the weekend. I mean, what day's today? It's going to be Friday. here tomorrow, and that means the weekend's coming up. I mean, we're getting a nice push going into the weekend, but the weekend price action is always a little bit scary because it's so much easier to push the price around on the weekend. That, I mean, maybe it'll actually be good for altcoins if if you push the price around on altcoins on the weekend. If some big buyers can come in, that might give us the momentum we need to get out of here. Problem with pushing the Bitcoin price up over the weekend is it creates a gap on the Bitcoin price chart. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Bitcoin gap theory, where about 99% of the gaps on the price get filled. But if you, I mean, so if the Bitcoin price stays level but altcoins go up, that's perfectly fine. That's actually better for the altcoin market. Yeah, I think we already saw what we were going to see from the Fed speech. I think that's what the... let's go down to the 1 hour, see if we can find it here. I think that's what this big wick right here, this movement right here was the Fed speech. And I think that's pretty much it. I think it's all set now. And since we didn't get the 100 basis points, I really don't think there's going to be an issue until... I mean, it's kind of crazy. We got to wait till every single month whenever they come out these, the Fed speech or whatever. That's what we're waiting for prices. That's pretty sad when you're waiting for Jerome Powell to get up there and talk about the economy, and that moves the price for you. But that's just the way it's working right now. So, anyway, as long as we can stay above here, I'd really like to see in the next couple of hours, actually, or at least by the morning time, usually around 3 a.m. my time, is when we start to see some pretty big moves, and that'll probably tell us where the markets are going into tomorrow, is where the moves happen at 3 a.m. my time. Right now it's 9:30 p.m., so there's still quite a ways to go. But... I hope so, Charles. I hope that the whales will push it up. Yeah, I mean, since we got the 75 basis points, maybe that's when somebody's going to make a move. I mean, we can keep an eye on this price here at Ravencoin and just see if we can finally get above this thing. The braid filter's still looking good. How much time we got? 27 minutes left on this candle. I mean, be nice if we got a nice solid candle above this 100 EMA right here. And yeah, Cam, you're right. The correlation between, is this what you're talking about? The correlation between the stock market and the crypto market? It still holds true. And if that's what you're talking about, then yes, definitely, which is unfortunate too. And everybody says that they're going to break apart, and maybe they will, but it's not going to be anytime soon. The markets are treating the crypto market like tech stocks right now, is what I think. And that's kind of how it's just been. If you look at, both markets, the stock market and the crypto market, they both rise and fall together. One just falls more than the other, unfortunately, which is what we're in, the crypto market. So, yeah. So I want to run over to, so we're looking at Ravencoin right now. Maybe I'll just do a quick little thing on Ravencoin. Yeah, I'll get to the dollar here pretty soon, Charles. I definitely want to look at the DXY. I'm pretty... Right now, oh man, see right now it's at 111. I'll get there in a second. But yeah, if we can break above this was actually a good move here, because I don't know if you guys have been listening to me lately about these broadening wedges, but I think when I talk about these broadening wedges, usually if they're going to fall to the downside, the momentum loses up here. And so it'll be a big gap right here, because the price would not have come back up and retested this line again. But since it's a falling broadening wedge and there's a huge gap down here now, let me get my tools up here. Since there's a big gap right here, that just means that the bulls gained more momentum and they pushed the price further up. And this, from down here to the top of this top right here, we held the 0.5 Fibonacci really nicely, and I actually got into a new position right around here. Once this wick came down and I saw the wick happen at the 0.5, I got into a position over here, and I'm riding that up right now, because I noticed that, this broadening wedge here, we were holding the 0.5, and it just looked like a good move to me. And yeah, looks like we're getting a decent candle right now, but that can change. We still got 25 minutes to go. So, you think this is the bottom? Are you talking about the bottom for Pedro? Are you talking about the bottom for crypto in general, or the bottom for Ravencoin? If you're talking, I mean, really all we got to talk about is Bitcoin. If it's the bottom for Bitcoin, that means it's the bottom for everything else, because Bitcoin, you know, that's what everything follows. And I would think that Bitcoin probably bottomed out. I do. I think it did. Everybody's saying it's going to go down to 15,000, 12,000, 13,000. And I don't know. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. It could, you know, that's just my opinion. So I just think I do think we've bottomed out on Bitcoin. But that doesn't mean we're going to go to a new all-time high anytime soon. So just because you bottom out on Bitcoin, I mean, if you look at let's just go over to the Bitcoin chart really quick, and let's go to the weekly here. Just because you bottom out on something does not mean, so we bottomed out right over here on Bitcoin, but it's before we even broke above the 200 EMA again from our bottom. I mean, that took 105 days, so it's not like you go straight up. And then even from breaking above the 200 EMA, it still took us up to, you know, $14,000 here in 2019. And then we fell again, almost all the way back down. So all-time highs are a long ways away right now. But we could have bottomed on Bitcoin, and we could see a nice rally here, get rejected. I believe that rally there was to the 618, 786 even. So it tapped the 786, came back down. And then what you want to do is you grab your Fibonacci from this bottom right here to that top right here. And you can see that even with the Rona crash, we came down and we wicked down to the 786, but the body candles held the 618, and we also held the 200 EMA, and that's when we started to move to the upside. So, you know, there's still a long time to go before we see an all-time high, but yeah, we could have bottomed already on Bitcoin, possibly. So, all right, Charles, let's go check out that dollar, the DXY here. Man, this thing just will not stop. But there is some good news. Let's kind of get my RSI open here. Well, shoot, man. This is... there might be good news. So we got some rising prices here on the DXY. And we've got down on the RSI, we had some bearish divergence, but we're breaking above that right now and setting a new high on this is the weekly time frame for the DXY. So, I mean, honestly, that's not a good thing. It's kind of looking like the DXY wants to come up and hit this. We're in this channel right here with the DXY. Let's go to the daily. Maybe we can see it a little bit better. So on the daily, we're well, the daily's still got bearish divergence. So that's good. So we're falling on the RSI down here, and we're rising on the price up here. And so that's a bearish divergence on the daily and the weekly, which you would think would push the price down. In this channel here that we're in, we are getting rejected right here off the heart line of this channel, which I would like to see us completely get rejected off the heart line, come back down, and I'd really like to see us fall down and come back down to this 200 EMA down here for the DXY, because that's what's going to give crypto a nice little run. But it is looking really strong, which is just unfortunate. I was following this over here from this top right here down to this bottom, and we were having some issues. The DXY was having some issues right here, and I was hoping that we would get rejected off the 786 and fall, but we broke above with this candle here. See how the body just went above that 786, and that's what propelled us with this other candle right here. Then we've got a long wick on this candle right here, which is still pretty bullish, but we are struggling again at the 1272. So we hit that, we're struggling, and we're at the heart line again. So braid filter's going up on the daily, so that's not a good sign for crypto. But the good news is we do have this bearish divergence. If it'll ever play out, that would be the good news. Yeah, so I saw your message on, how do you pronounce that? Neoxa? I can't find it. I think that it was supposed to be NEOX USDT, and all that's coming up on my thing here is NEAR and NEO, and I can't chart it unless it's on TradingView here. So if you know how I can find it, I'd be glad to chart it, but I don't know anything about the project. So sorry. But okay, let's go back to Raven really quick. Go back to the 4 hour, because I thought we were getting, or maybe the 1 hour, I thought we were getting a nice candle there before I left. Yeah, so we're getting a good candle coming in right here. And the braid filter's still going up on the 1 hour. We got plenty of room to run on the RSI. Yeah, you can't. It's hard for me to. I'm not going to chart on CoinMarketCap. They don't really give me enough tools. I mean, I can look at kind of the line chart. I guess they do offer candle charts now on CoinMarketCap, but I'm going to stay on TradingView for the live stream here. Maybe I'll go check it out on CoinMarketCap after this. Is it a newer coin? I feel like it just released or something like that. Partnered with Flux Labs. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it later if I can find it on CoinMarketCap. I was just looking on here to chart it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So, but I want to just stay in my TradingView right now for the live stream. I want to jump down to XRP really quick, because this is, I mean, is somebody settling a case right now and not telling us about it? What a fantastic move for XRP. I don't know if anybody here holds XRP, but man, this is where, so let me go back out to the daily. This is where I missed my opportunity. I wanted to buy in right here at this breakout, and I just wasn't paying attention, and I forgot about it because I haven't bought into XRP in a long time. Yeah, I can chart near here in just a second, Charles. I saw it come back down and retest this 100 EMA and the previous resistance, and I wanted to get in, and then I missed it, and look at this move. That's a great move. Already up 41%, and honestly it looks like it's going to that 50. I don't know if anybody watched my XRP video earlier. It looks like it's going to this 59-cent mark right here, but you can have some problems there. I mean, if you don't have problems, that means XRP is going to be making a huge move here. If there's no problems at the 59-cent level, because this was previous support, I think even on the previous resistance right here, and I think on the weekly it shows it even stronger. So yeah, so you had previous resistance, support, and man, look at that candle. The braid filter's getting a really nice green. You got okay volume coming in down here. It's not the best, but it's okay. It'll do. Also, right at that resistance level is the 100 EMA on the weekly, so I can imagine this is either going to stick around right here or get a rejection and come back down to, let's just assume it goes all the way to the top there. And so I would expect it to come back down to at least around 46, 47 cents, somewhere around there. Come back down to get enough steam to break through that. Now, if it goes straight through and then retests, that's pretty bullish. So if you get this move and it just continues up and then it does its retest, that's really bullish for XRP. So if anybody's into XRP, that's what you're hoping for right there. But I'm assuming it's going to come up and get rejected and dance around here, maybe go down to the 618 and then break out, something like that. But for the super bullish scenario, you want it to break above right now. Holding 33 cents. Where's that at? Yeah, that was a great buy. I don't know if you bought that on this drop right here to get it at 33 cents, or if you bought it, you know, back when the bull run started in 2020. If you got it back, and that's when I was buying into XRP, was back in 2020, when the bull run was starting. And then where was that? So yeah, once the settlement, or once the lawsuit came into play, which was right here, you know, I think I sold most of mine right around this area right here, because I had bought down probably around like 18 cents and sold right around here. And I'm glad I did, even though it went higher, because I actually rolled all that over into ADA, and that's when ADA went on its massive run. And so, I mean, even though XRP had a good run here, ADA had a better run. So Let's go over to Near. We'll take a look at that. Where have I got my Near protocol here? There you are. So, yeah, I like this on the weekly. I was charting this earlier, not today, another day. So, I mean, all I did was put this trend line here. And, you know, it came down and it's bouncing on the weekly. It's getting a nice bounce off this trend line. Let's go down to the daily because there's not much info here. So if you're in Near protocol right now, yeah, you want this thing to get above the 100. It's obviously getting rejected once, twice, but it's holding this support line, which is good. So you're getting the higher lows, but you're not able to get past this 100 EMA right here. And so you really need Near protocol, if it's going to make any kind of move, it's got to get above this 100 EMA, which is the top of this cloud. And then obviously the next step would be to get above the 200 EMA, which is the line over here. And that would be pretty important. If you go down to the RSI, the RSI is coming up, and it looks like there could be a cross coming, which would be good. You want the RSI to cross over the yellow line. The white crosses the yellow. And let's go down a little bit further. I really like the 12-hour chart because the 12-hour chart, you already crossed it. So you had your cross, came back down and retested the moving average, and is now going back up. I really like charting on the 12-hour. But we still also, so this would need to get above the 50 on the RSI here, which I think that if you get above this 100 EMA, and I'm on the 12-hour now, so the 12-hour is getting rejected off the 200. But see, we keep hitting this 200 EMA. So we've hit it once and twice now on the 12-hour, and it looks like we're going to go up and get it again. And I think if we hit it one more time, it's probably going to break through. So, yeah, I think it's probably going to break through once we get to the 200 EMA here. Just want to check. Is anybody still in this stream? Am I talking to myself now? My stats here say that everybody's gone. So that's okay. I can keep talking to myself. I'll post this video on my channel here. But I don't know if it's still streaming. It looks like it still is. Let's see. But stream health. Well, looks like my health is getting a little weaker on my stream status. There you are. Okay. Yeah, I've been having some issues with this. Man, I wish I need to watch some more videos on how to do this live streaming because I'm using a separate platform, OBS Studio, in order to show you guys my screen. And then I'm using the YouTube Studio, connecting it that way. But, you know, I don't know that they're really syncing very well here. I wonder how everybody else is doing it. I'll have to do a little bit more research. But, yeah, if you haven't already, if you could like this stream, I'd appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed yet, if you're here and you're not subscribed, appreciate that too. But back to your Near protocol here. Yeah, I think that if we can get back up and we can finally break above this 200 EMA here, that's what you're looking for. Then you get a retest, and then you can start moving to the upside. And since we got the cross on the 12-hour, you know, that's a good sign too. Let's go down to the 4-hour, see if we got some bullish moves here. See, we're still, even on the 4-hour, we're pretty far under this 200 EMA. Do we have any divergence? We do. So good news is we've got some divergence going on the 4-hour. So you got prices falling on the 4-hour, but the RSI is going up on the 4-hour. And we're about to cross over the 50 line on the RSI. So that's looking pretty good for Near protocol. Anything else specific for Near you wanted me to talk about? Who asked that? Charles? If you do, just leave it in the comments there, and I'll take a look at it again. But I want to go back to Ravencoin here pretty quick, see if we are actually making a move here. Which one was I looking at? Was it this one? Go back to the 1-hour. Yeah, see, it's getting stuck here. It's got to get above that 100. Braid filter's still looking good. I mean, we got lots of green in the market right now, so that's good. Let's see. You know, I haven't looked at Ethereum Classic in a little while here. I want to run over there. I know that a lot of the people that watch my videos are also into Ethereum Classic because this has been super disappointing, actually. I mean, it had a 200% move and then it just kind of quit. And it's just been going sideways here. And then it broke down from any kind of, you know, we had this channel or whatever it was going on, right? It's right here. We had something going on. It fell through and it's trying to get back above it right now. And I'm on the daily time frame. Good news is the RSI looks like it's curling up here. Now I'd like to see that RSI break above that yellow MA, and that would also break us back above here. But really, for Ethereum Classic, it really needs to get back above this 200 EMA here. Ergo. Yeah, so I was seeing a lot of articles about, I think I said in a video, EOS. I was confusing the two for a minute. But anyway, Ergo, well, there was all these articles, and I swear it was just FUD. No, not FUD, but like fake news or something. That, you know, all these articles said that, oh, nobody's going to Ravencoin, nobody's going to Ethereum Classic after this merge. They're all going to Ergo. And then that was kind of a dud. But also, I mean, Ethereum Classic's been kind of a dud too. It is just dancing around this line here. We've had this resistance line for just a year, over a year, and it just is dancing around it. I'm on the daily, so we've broken above it, under it, found it as resistance, support, resistance, support. I mean, what is it doing here? It's just kind of going sideways, which actually could be a good thing. Oh, if we do the bodies of these candles here, you know, I guess, well, I mean, you know, if you connect the dots, so instead of doing any of the wicks, you just do the bodies from these candles, and you've got yourself, you know, the bottom of this channel here. Whether that's a broadening wedge or just a channel, it's kind of broadening, but more like a channel. That would mean that we're moving up and possibly going to retest back here around the $36, $37 level. Oh, yeah, no, I'm going back to Charles here with the Ravencoin. Seems to have a lot of sell pressure at 4 cents. No, definitely does. Here's the thing, is once we broke below that 5 cent level, and also, you can see right here, this was major resistance right around the 4 cent level. So I got so many lines on here. Sorry if it's confusing. But, so right now we're hitting this resistance too. So we had this big run up here, and the bodies touched this resistance level, which was also a trend line going up for the broadening wedge that we're in. And so we hit this resistance here. We're hitting it again here. And here's the thing. If you're a bear in the market right now for Ravencoin, you don't want to get above this 200 EMA on the daily. And so you're putting all your sell pressure right in this area right here. And so you want to make sure that the bulls can't get above that 200 EMA, because if you break above the 200 EMA, then that just tells the bulls, hey, we're in a bullish market. If you ever watch any trading videos, they'll always tell you trade with the trend, and they always use the 200 EMA. So if you're above the 200 EMA, you're supposed to long the market. If you're below the 200 EMA, you're supposed to short the market. And so that's why the bears want to keep us under this 200 EMA, because once we get above it, then the bulls start perking up, and they say, oh, we're finally above the 200 EMA. We need to start buying again. And so that's kind of why we got a lot of sell pressure going on right here. The biggest move Ravencoin can make right now is to get above that 200 EMA on the daily, which it's actually right next to the 20 EMA as well. And at just a little bit above that is the 0.5 Fibonacci. So I'd like to see us get above here, get up, find some support down here, maybe even come back down to the 200 EMA, and then we can get out of here. Let's see. ETCs always let you down. Yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, you know, I was buying ETC let me get rid of this pen tool here. I was buying ETC down here around the $5-6 level, and I sold it right around the $9-10 level, and then that happened, and I was pretty pissed. And so, you know, you sell it right here because, I mean, you look at this chart. Let's go over the weekly here. You look at this chart, and you've got resistance, resistance, resistance. So if you're buying down here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, here's our channel that we're in. Buy down here around $4, $5, $6. Sell up here at $9-10. You're good to go. And then literally like 2 months after, I swear I must have been selling right around this level right here, because literally a month or two after is when we had this massive move, and I'm kicking myself for that one too, but because it hadn't gone above this level for years. So yeah, it's let me down too. 2 year. Barry Silbert on pumps at 2 a year. Sorry, Charles, I don't know what that means. So, anyway, so hopefully this is going to hold down here. We can break above. Still is a bull flag. I mean, if you look at it, it's still a bull flag. I mean, it has not fallen out of that. So, I mean, if this is a nice move, you know, you still got your bull flag here. And you've got a move right up to $100. I mean, that makes sense to me. We're still holding the 50 on the RSI, which is good. You know, there's no red here on the braid filter, which is also good. Once you start seeing the red kick in, that's when you start falling. So the most bullish thing that Ethereum Classic can do right now, in my opinion, is to hold this 50 line on the RSI and get a green histogram on the braid filter. The moment you got that green histogram, this is the weekly chart. The moment you got that green histogram there, I'm probably going to be buying some Ethereum Classic, expecting a nice move to the upside. So, oh, Barry Silbert pumps it twice a year. Well, then we had our one this year right here. If that's what you're talking about, there's our one. That was a 200% move, I think. 238, something like that. So there's one. So we got to wait till next year to get the second one, I guess. Or the first one of next year, because maybe this was this. When was this? 2022. 2022. Here's the two. If this is what you're talking about, you got your first one right there, 136%, 250% right there. So let's see. Anything else moving right now? Ethereum. Okay, so boy, I don't even remember when I put this line here, but it's holding. Let's go down to a lower time frame. Yeah, so I was following this right here, and it fell below it. I bet you this was September 21st. That was the Fed meeting right there. Right here was the Fed meeting. It fell through this, but it's holding now. So it looks like Ethereum might be putting in a double bottom, which, boy, I should have grabbed a water before I got online. If this is actually a double bottom here, that's fantastic for Ethereum, which I think I've been saying this for a while now. Buy the rumor, sell the news for Ethereum, but that's going to be short-lived. So I thought it was going to be, here's the sell the news right here, okay? No, it was right here. So we actually bought the rumor, we bought it again, and then we sold down. But I always thought, this is just my opinion, that, let me put these double bottoms here. I always thought that we would sell the news shortly, but then we're going to get a breakout to the upside, which is also going to bring Ravencoin and other mining coins with it, I can imagine, or things on the Ethereum network. Like, I'm really big into Link, and that's on Ethereum. So if this was a W pattern, that would be ideal, because not only, I mean, look at that, brings you right back up to almost previous all-time highs, depending on where this breakout is, you know. So that breaks you out of this falling wedge, whatever we're in right here. If that's a W pattern, gets us all the way back up to all-time highs for a price target, which would be perfect. You're not going to get back into Ethereum Classic. Yeah, I mean, if you've been burnt enough times, it's probably not a good idea. But I tell you, man, if I see Ethereum Classic starting to get into the $45 range again, I'm probably going to be thinking about buying some, because that would mean that this bull flag here is panning out, in my opinion. If we break above, let's just put this line up a little bit. I'm just going to use these top wicks here. If we break above this right here, right around $41, if we get $41 and we break around there, I'm probably going to start buying into Ethereum Classic again, because that, in my opinion, that would be a pretty bullish move. We have so much room to run on the daily on the RSI to bring us back up to these top levels again, around the 80 on the RSI over here. And if we get that cross down here on the daily of the moving average and the RSI, I think that's going to propel us quite a bit. Boy, Ravencoin is struggling, man. Let's go back. Don't even tell me we're getting back into this thing, into this channel here. Yeah, we're falling back in. Still plenty of time. Is there, or was that it? No, that was it. New candles coming up right now. So, on the 1 hour. What do we got on the 4 hour here? Still got 3 hours to go. So we got a new candle coming in. I hope it's, maybe my line's a little bit off. Could be. I just kind of throw these lines out there. I don't make them perfect all the time. So, I'd like to see this next candle get a nice push here. So we'll see. It broke your heart. Man, Link is like... I love that project, man. Let me go down to my Link chart really quick. I'm telling you, man. I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't know for certain. But this chart to me looks so bullish. Like, you got this massive falling wedge it's in. You're holding this this support line right here. You held it. You just tapped it. And if we break out of this falling wedge, which, again, remember what I tell you about these wedges. If it doesn't come back down to retest the bottom of the wedge, that's super bullish. So you can come from the bottom over here, come to the top over here, and we had this big wick to come back down and retest this 618 right here, but it got shot right back up. I am waiting for this candle, this daily candle, to close above this line here. Oh, here, let me give you guys an idea of these wedges. I'm putting out a video here pretty soon, hopefully, on 3 tools you guys can use to, you know, better your trading, get better entry points, exit points, and all that other stuff. I'm gonna do a separate video on patterns, chart patterns, but we had a falling wedge right here, and we broke out of that. But then it formed this rising broadening wedge, and again, here's that gap I keep telling you about. You have this big old gap right here, and so that's when I started posting on Twitter that, oh no, Link, don't break my heart, don't do that to me. And it did. It fell, and now it's retested. It retested it once already. It's retesting again. It actually, and look, it even came down to my price target. The green line here was my price target. So we tapped that right there was my price target, and now we're moving back up, and I'm actually expecting us to break out of this thing in weeks. In the next few weeks, I expect us to break out of this. At least I hope. Crossing my fingers. You know, I don't know everything, but I do have a good feeling about that. So, if Bitcoin just fell to 15,000, gonna buy it? Yeah. I mean, if it falls to 15,000, yeah, I would. If Bitcoin's your thing, I would be putting everything you got into it, everything you can possibly afford. Now, don't go bankrupt or anything, and don't sell your car. Well, maybe your car. Your car's a depreciating asset. Don't sell your house for it or anything. But 15,000, even if it dropped back down to 10,000, like some people are saying, that price difference is nothing. And $15,000 Bitcoin right now, in my opinion, not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor, would be a steal. I mean, back when, you know, in 2020, when Bitcoin was down at 3,000, I was calling my mom up. I was like, Mom, Bitcoin's at 3,000. Buy everything. Buy everything. So we put a decent amount of money in. I bought, and then I started getting into the altcoins again. And I've got a massive bag of Link. So I hope I'm right, too, because when I saw Link coming down here, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos. When I saw Link coming down in these price ranges at $5.30, which, boy, did I almost catch the bottom. I was buying this area right here. I was loading up on Link. Now, if you're a whale in my chat, don't go crashing Link on me. I'm not going to be happy about it. But I was buying right there and I was loading up because I've been following this Link chart for a very long time. Link in the last bull run was, I think it was the first coin to run in 2020. Link had a massive move back then. Let's go back to 2020. And I keep getting this pen tool. Let's go back to 2020. Where are we at here? It's 18. Here's 2020. Yep, right there. I mean, right down here in 2020, Link was sitting at $2. I mean, that thing went up almost 3,000%. It was big. I think Link is going up to at least $90, and I'm going to sell almost everything I got. I got a note here, sell everything. I'm going to sell almost everything I got, around $130, $140 for Link. Don't have a car. Sorry. Well, I mean, if you live in a city, you don't need a car, or if you got public transportation. I used to take public transportation all the time. So, yeah. Well, sell something. Buy it at $15,000. Just don't sell your house or anything. 90, I'm out. Yeah, no, and that's good. Actually, that's my first target, $90. I completely agree. If that's a spot that you want to get 100% out on, from right where we're at right now, yeah, totally. Let's put a fib on this. Puts us right around the 1272, which would be a fantastic exit, in my opinion. Where did I get these price points from? I swear I had... I have to rechart this again. I must have moved my price points at some point. But yeah, $90. That's right under the $100 mark, which is a sell point for a lot of people. I do think that if we get up to $90 to $100, it's going to have a big rejection. So let's just do this. We're going to go straight up to the $90. I do think we're going to get a rejection, which is going to take us back down to previous all-time high, which is around $50. Which, if you get out at $90, you just saved yourself a 40% drop. So it's a good move. Then you can load up back there again at the $50 mark. So not bad. I do think Cardano will hit $5. Let's go look at Cardano. I just bought a bunch of Cardano. Where's my Cardano? Not there. There you are. Okay. Let's go down to the 12-hour. So, then let's go out here. So, from the very, very bottom here to the top, Cardano has come back down, and it's just holding this 382 perfectly. I mean, it came down here May 9th, 2022. That was a long time ago. And we've been holding it and holding it. And, well, I guess the only problem I see is we're making lower highs. This could be a falling wedge here. Not a falling wedge. Oh, man, I'm having a brain fart. Whatever it is. I'm having a brain fart right now. But I've actually seen these break out to the upside quite a bit lately. So these are actually, this is a bearish pattern. And I'm having a really big brain fart right now. I'm tired, and I need to get us something to drink here in a second, actually. But I've seen these break out quite a bit lately to the upside. But I do think with the Vasil hard fork just being completed, and I do think that Cardano has got a move in it. It's holding this 382 really nicely. If it breaks down below the 382, yeah, we're probably going back down to the 5. And actually, there's a good chance we go back down to all the way down here even, because there's not really much. I mean, I guess there's some reaction right here around the 35-cent level. Could hold. Cardano community is super strong, though. So, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's what everybody says. Cardano is a stable coin until it's not. And that's the truth. Cardano is a stable coin because really Cardano moves based off of news. And they come out with news like every 6 to 8 months or so. You get news from Cardano. Well, once you get the news, I mean, you go sideways. Right here, you go sideways all this time. You get the news, shoot up. You go sideways, you get some news, shoot up. These were all the what the heck were they doing in 2020? There was all this news. There was all those hard forks they were doing, those upgrades and whatnot, and it just kept going. Then we were sideways forever right here, just forever. Had the final run to the top. So yeah, Cardano definitely is a stable coin until you get some news. Now the good news is down here on the RSI, Cardano is, moving to the upside. So you got nice momentum moving to the upside. And let's see here. Did we break out of anything over here? Maybe. Maybe you can consider that a breakout. Something like that. Anyway. But yeah, Cardano I think is a good buy. Basil hard fork and nothing. I'm gonna give me 2 seconds. I got a drink in a fridge like 5 feet away from me. Be right back in 2 seconds. Two 1,000. I'm back. Okay, I gotta take something to drink here. My throat is hurting. I hope I pulled my face far enough from the mic so you didn't hear me gulping that. Okay. I want to go check out Algo. Boy, I did a video on Algo right before this nice move. So, Algo, I swear there was some news about Algo just recently, and that's probably what's pumping this price. Maybe a partnership or something, but the nice thing about Algo is it's getting a decent volume candle down here on the weekly right now. We've also got the green on the braid filter, but we had the green on the braid filter back here, and that was actually the top of this move right here. But the good news is we just broke out and made a higher high. And also the RSI is looking really good too. So we've got momentum to the upside on the RSI. I'd like to see it break above the 50 line here. We're getting rejected right around the 20 EMA. And what happened to my Fibonacci I had on here? Not that one. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so we had fallen through. We fell through the 618, retested it, couldn't get by multiple times, multiple weeks, came down again. We're holding support right over here. And now we finally broke up above. Now I can see us hitting the 100 or the 20, retesting the 618, possibly moving to the upside. If we break down below the 618 again, that's not good news. That means that we, probably going to fall down again. Let's look on any kind of trends that we're looking at here. I would think, well, yeah, so here was a trend line right here, and we broke above it. So, yeah, I mean, I could see us moving sideways for a little bit right now. If we go down to the 4 hour over here. So we broke above it. Here's the, it's the 618. Broke above it. There's no, yeah, we're pretty far from the 20 right now. Put a fib on this guy. Yeah, the 382 is right back at the 618. This retracement 382 that I would expect us to come down to, even possibly having a wick down to the 618. I don't know if it's going to do that, but at least hitting that 382, which is also retesting the larger 618 Fibonacci as well. So FIFA. Oh, is that what it was? Is FIFA NFTs? And Algo is another stablecoin. You're right. Just like HBAR. HBAR was another one somebody wanted me to look at. I used to be pretty involved in HBAR, but yeah, they stopped doing stuff too. So it just went sideways. It just, I don't know. Some of these coins that are decent projects, just like, I don't understand it. Algorand's a great project. Cardano's a great project, and they just go sideways for the longest times, and then just get a big pump off of just any kind of news, because people are just dying for news from these coins. And so that's a pretty good one, FIFA NFTs. So that'll do it. But here's the thing is, if this is just a pump based off the news, Is this just a fake out? I mean, if it's just a news pump, are we just going to go up a little, get a nice move like this and then come back down? Got to be aware of that as well. So it could be. Let's see. Let's go see how our old friend Ravencoin's doing here. Oh, you would. Okay. Yeah, that just looks like another rejection. Okay, let's see here. We're still in a bullish momentum here. So here's our lowest low, or our previous low. Put a Fibonacci up here. So now I'd really like to see if this is going to continue to come down. I want to see it hold the 382 and then break out above is what I'd like to see. At most, I guess, the 618, but I'd still like to see the 382 hold. So it's unfortunate. The developers are leaving and creating NFTs. I am still trying to figure out this whole NFT thing. I don't know why I can't wrap my head around it. But I can't, so that's why I just stick to charting. I don't talk about NFTs because I don't know too much about them. I tried to learn, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, can't figure it out. Anything else anybody wants to look at? Anybody that's in here? Let's go. While I'm waiting, I want to see what Bitcoin's up to. That's what I thought. JPEG's not worth it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I saw that somebody bought a picture of a rock and it had like the Ethereum logo on it or something for like a couple $1 million or whatever they paid for that thing, that just kind of ruined it for me, honestly. It's the most useless thing that has a price. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what, though? For the artists making money off of it, I mean, if you're going to spend a reasonable amount of money on some artwork that somebody created, then I can completely understand that. Now, if you're going to sell me a rock just a picture of a rock for $1 million, that's ridiculous. A tweet, Jack Dorsey's first tweet for $1.5 million, that's ridiculous. Now, you create a song or you create a video or some artwork and it's a reasonable price, and the person that wants that piece or whatever it is pays that price and they're happy with it, then that's great. Art is worth whatever the person's willing to buy it, pay for it, I guess. So, what am I looking at here? I'm going to look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Bitcoin on the weekly is actually kind of scary. So, okay. Here's my theory again. Here's the gap. This is what I've been talking about right here. Here's our gap. Now, we're on a falling wedge, which is normally bullish for Bitcoin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. $100 for a painting, that's fine. I would pay $100 for a painting if I really liked it. I think we just paid $400 the other day for a local artist that painted something, and my wife and I paid $400 for it. And we bought it as a present for somebody because it was really special to them. But we paid it, and it was fantastic. I mean, the artwork was amazing. So, I mean, if it's worth it to you and it's a reasonable price, by all means. Back to Bitcoin. There's this gap here. That's what's bothering me a lot with Bitcoin right now. Like I said earlier, I think the bottom could be in. But this gap is really bothering me. And in order for it to stop bothering me, I need to see that W pattern form. And it's possible because you got the move up that would create the W. You get rejected off of this resistance line here. You come back down and you retest the W, which should be right there. And then after you retest the W, that's when you get your breakout. And if you go from bottom to the retest, that puts you right outside of this falling wedge here. And then after you break out of that falling wedge, you can come back, retest, and then go for another move. And I mean, let's just say we're on the weekly. Let's just say my lines are even accurate for time. That puts us in December for us to finally get out of this wedge, and puts us around $28,000 in December. I could actually see that happening, and then get that breakout. And let's say my lines are correct. January 2023, it puts us at $50,000. I mean, I just drew this line randomly. Let's find out where a Fibonacci would take us. Just curious. It's a random Fibonacci, and it gets us right around the 786, or a random line I drew gets us right around the 786. Oh, and actually, here's this resistance right here, right around 47,000. I could totally see us getting a rejection right there. Now, something we got to be aware of is if we start to move to the upside, and we can't get past this 786 or even the 618, I mean, that's really bad. That puts us into an ABC correction, and that's really scary. So that would be a very, very, very long bear market and super low prices. So we want to be very aware of that. And yeah, so anyway, Bitcoin's bothering me right now until it can get, and even come back to this 200 EMA. I really need to see it get right into this area here and fill this hole right here. And possibly, I mean, we've got a nice wick on the bottom here. We still have 2 days, 19 hours to do something here. If we can get a nice move to the upside, that's what I'd like to see. The braid filter's even just staying level, if not dropping a little bit, so that's good. The volume is not, too bad. Let's go to the daily. See, we're getting rejected off of this the yellow EMA here. Not rejected yet, but it looks like we're trying to curl back over, which would not be a good thing. I'd really like to see us cross over the yellow the yellow MA right here, moving average. So I'd really like to see that on the daily. I mean, honestly, first Ravencoin, then BTC. I mean, honestly, if BTC moves, Ravencoin's going to move. I could care less which one moves first as long as they both do. Ravencoin is... It's irritating me right now. I want it to break out here. I'm getting impatient. We're actually falling back in. Yeah, so come on, Ravencoin. Do something. XRP. Oh, my word. Look at this. XRP is at 55 cents. Yeah, this thing is totally going to 59 cents right here. Boy, should I jump? should I FOMO into a long position right now just to catch this move? Right? Should we FOMO in for 8%? That'd be I mean, it might be dumb, but my goodness, this thing just won't stop. So, not going to do it. I'm just saying that. I'm not going to do it. But, yeah. It does look like you got another 8% move coming in. Yeah, no FOMO. That's for sure. I'm just playing. But, yeah. Could have caught in. I think I had some fibs run. I was actually, let me get rid of this fib right there. I was hoping to get a move right off of here. I was hoping that I guess it did hold the 382 a little bit right in here. Of course, we didn't know that this price was coming at that point. So let's go back there. I mean, it didn't even fall below the 236 on this move. So, I mean, this is super bullish right now. Although the volume's running out. So you got a big volume candle right there, a lower red volume right here, and it's even, how much time is left? 37 minutes, so I guess there's still room for this to run. But this is why I don't take the volume only. I use this braid filter because the braid filter is really showing some really good momentum, some strong momentum to the upside. We don't have any bearish divergences either. That's what's wild. This thing is still just, it's going up. And so no bearish divergences yet. We just still have some upward momentum for XRP. So that's looking really solid. Another 12.5% on this day so far. It's crazy. Yeah, I sold all my XRP. Dash. I sold it all. No, I still have some. I take that back. On my ledger, I still have some on my ledger. But I did sell a lot in the crash and then converted it to ADA. And I was waiting to buy back in. And I missed my shot right there. So, oh well. You know what? You win some, you lose some. I am going to definitely look into... So actually, I mean, if you missed the ride here... You know, here's your chance. Let it come up to 60 cents. Most likely it's going to get rejected. And then you buy right in this area. You can buy back in right around in here, around the 382. If you're lucky enough, it'll come back down to the 618. But definitely, you know, if you want to put a few buy orders in, if you think XRP is going to continue moving to the upside, there's your first buy order. There's your second buy order. Small, very small buy order. Probably a decent size buy order. And then if you are really invested in XRP, there's your next one right there, back at the like XRP, because I just said I just bought a bunch of Cardano because of this, you know, and it sometimes it takes a while. You get the fork and it's all successful, and then it takes till the next week to see the move. So for Cardano, yeah, I already got in at my low prices, you know, and so I'm hoping that Cardano I'll see that kind of a move here next week. Maybe this weekend. Who knows? Man, that is crazy. Look at that. When's the last time we had a candle like that? Back here. See, look at this. Okay. So we had this candle right here, which is very similar to the one we have right now. And then we had this big, and it came right back down to retest this area, which in our situation right now would be this area right here. So if we came up and hit that 60-cent level, could be a very fast wick right back down to the 39-cent level, which I think if I had my fib back up there, that's the 618 area. Well, it's even just below the 618, but I'd be putting my bets around the 618 to get back in. Yeah, you dumped your XRP at 80 cents. Yeah. What did I say? I think I did mine around 50 or 60 cents, something like that. And, I mean, it's nothing to do with XRP. I have no problems with XRP. I don't really have any problems with any coin. I am into trading for investment purposes. And there are certain coins that I like more than investment purposes. But those are far and few. It's mostly just for investment purposes. But the best move was getting out of XRP after that lawsuit was announced, and getting into other coins, which the other coins ripped, and XRP just kind of, you know, stayed where it was at. Unfortunately, I feel really bad for the XRP community because they got a great community in the XRP community is pretty good, and so I feel bad for everybody that was holding on to it and missed out on that last bull run we just had. But I'm not married to a coin, so I sold them. And like I said earlier, again, jumped over to Cardano, and that played out pretty nicely for me, so I was pretty happy I did that. Gonna jump over to Ravencoin. Oh, good. Hey, that's what I like to see. Like I said, I'm hoping to see on the 1 hour Ravencoin get a nice candle and break above this 100. Let's just put a line there. That's what we want it to do. We want it to break a candle above 41.5 cents. No, sorry, 4.5 cents. And have a body of the candle break above that, and that'll make me happy. Oh, you married Cardano? Yeah, that was. Let me go to that chart. Oh man, that probably hurts. Let's go to the weekly so we can see how bad it hurts. I sold 100% of my Cardano. I don't remember. It was right around here. No, I'm sorry. I actually sold it right over here, I think. I sold it above $2. $2 and probably, yeah, right above $2 I got out. Why did I do that? Oh, here's why. So, Cardano on the weekly was making higher highs. And on the RSI was making massive lower lows. So massive bearish divergence coming in right here. Then we broke below. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I sold right around here. And I don't remember what I did with that money, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, if you married Cardano up here at $3, if you bought in at the top, you know, your hopium right now is that this 382 Fibonacci is going to hold and we're going to break up again. I'm hoping it is. I think it is. I bought into it thinking it is. I mean, look how low we are on the RSI. We have just been cruising sideways at the bottom of this RSI for since the top almost. I mean, since December 13th of 2021, we've been just going sideways over here. And we're finally breaking above the MA and holding above it. which is good. So I do think Cardano's got a move in it. What is it at right now? 47 cents? Yeah, I think we got a move coming. I'll tell you what, we break above right around the 50. If we break above 50 cents on Cardano, there's going to be a move. We're going to get a nice move. I think if we break above 50 cents, we're going to get an XRP type of move. And that'll be nice. Oh, yeah, you asked me earlier. Was it you that asked me if Cardano's getting to $5? I think that's what everybody was saying. Everybody was saying Cardano's going to $5 last bull run. And it got up to $3. Why was everybody saying it was going to $5? Let's take a look. So everybody bases their price targets on Fibonacci. The $5 mark, 450, is at the 1272. No, was it $5? No, was everybody saying 5 or 20? I can't remember. Because the 1618 would be 20. But what I want to do is I'm going to go into the Fibonacci here. I'm going to take it off the log scale. And I'm going to go back in and I want to put the 4236. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think what everybody was thinking was from the top to the bottom, the Fibonacci, which, as you can see, you know, we barely made it above the 1618 and then we came crashing down. This is if you take... Now, people do their Fibonacci's all different, okay? Now, this would bring us all the way up to the $6 range if we did that, if we were to get up to the 4236. We didn't get there. Now, if I take a Fibonacci, let me remove that, use it off the log scale from bottom to top here, we're actually well under the 786. So how I've been using my Fibonacci's, and I had somebody in my comments on YouTube talking to me about how I'm using Fibonacci's wrong or something like that. But I like to use the fib levels based on log scale because I have my charts on log scale. I use them based on log scale when I'm going from top to bottom. And as you can see, there's a lot more reaction happening. You had support here at 236. You have support here at the 382. Support over here at the 618. Resistance at the 618. There's a lot more action going on when you go from top to bottom on the log scale. Now, if I go over to Link, because this is the one I remember off the top of my head. But if I go to Link, their price chart, and I use a Fibonacci from top to bottom, here we hit this 1618 perfectly when I have it on log scale. But if I go in here, take it off log scale, it's hitting the 4236 perfectly. And a lot of people, everybody will tell you that the 4236 is where you want to get out. That's your get out point. Okay, so if it hits the 4236, you want out. Well, I mean, if you did get out right there at the 4236, you would have saved yourself a 70% drop. So you could look at it that way, and from top to bottom, using it off the log scale, having this unchecked, and you can see your 4236. I don't know if I do that too often because I can also, in my opinion, just look at it at the 1618. So there was, I mean, the 4236 and the 1618 are the same thing, whether it's on or off. And I would have got out at the 1618 here anyways, because that's when I usually get out of all my positions, or at least the majority of my positions is at the 1618, because there's usually going to be a big fall, especially if you get a giant wick like that tapping the 1618. You can expect a big fall, and then you can rebuy again after that if you want, but that's usually where you see some massive resistance. And so I mean it all depends on how you want to use your fibs. I use mine possibly different than other people. I don't know. It works for how I trade. And so, there's that. Let's see. I'm going to go back to see if Algo's made any moves. No, it's kind of just topping out here. All right, Ravencoin, where are we at? Have we done it yet? No. Oh, yeah. Let me take a look at Adam here in a second. Let me just take a drink really quick. Okay, Atom, good one, very good one. Atom is an excellent project, and I honestly think that Atom is going to have a massive move this next bull run. Let me see if I got a different chart here. Hold on. That's better. Okay. Atom is a fantastic project. Now, I just made a video on Atom the other day, and I said we're coming up on the 100 EMA, and we just had this massive run-up. I do expect some rejection, and I had thought that it'd probably come back down to the 382 here, which is around the $11, $12 range. But as of right now, it's still holding pretty strong. So, I mean, it still could. I mean, today we're only up 1% on Atom. And, yeah, I still think that Atom can come back down here. Possibly come back. I tell you what, if Atom comes back down to the 618 down here, that means Bitcoin just went to 15,000. So, because, I don't know, that's a pretty big drop for me to imagine Atom having. That's a 42% drop. And I think Bitcoin's going to have to fall in order for Atom to reach that. So maybe it'll hold the 236, which it's doing right now, which would be extremely bullish for Atom on the weekly here. Let's go down to the daily. Man, yeah, it's still looking really strong, honestly. We came back down, we tapped the 50 line on the RSI. Now, if we can get another move back above this yellow MA, that'd be pretty awesome for Atom. We're gray on the braid filter, so I'd like to see that turn green. Let's go down to the 4 hours. So on the 4 hour, we're dancing on this 200. Actually, I bet you the 6 hour yeah. So we just tapped the 600, or the 200, excuse me, on the 6 hour. Are we forming any kind of pattern here? Any resistance levels? I guess you can consider us breaking out right there of this just parallel channel down here. So we broke out. I could see Atom going up even more. The braid filter is moving up higher. It's still gray, but it's moving up higher. Let's go down to the 4 hour. So we do have green on the 4 hour. We broke up out of there. Yeah, it looks like right now $16, $17. Looks like $17 for Atom is the price point we're trying to beat. Let's go back to the weekly because I want to show you guys what Atom was doing. So throughout the entire market, I was buying Atom during this right here. During this move right here is when I was finally getting into Atom. And I think I probably sold in this section right here, so I missed the top up at 46. But I think I sold a lot of my Atom right around here. I bought back in. When did I buy back in? Somewhere in here. So we were running this parallel channel for Atom the entire bull run. This was like such a beautiful chart to follow because you could have been buying on these lows, selling at these highs. And then once you saw the lost momentum, here's the gap I keep talking about. There's your gap. You had one right here, so that was kind of worrisome, but we kept going. So maybe a lot of people were thinking we were going to do the same thing. But the problem is once you fell through that channel, this was support for such a long time. The moment we fell through that channel on the weekly was the moment you really wanted to get out. And now I'm kind of looking at Atom and I'm thinking, well, maybe we go down, get some more momentum, but there's definitely going to be resistance on this line right here. So if we do continue to the upside, wherever we hit this line, that's where we're going to find some resistance. And then extremely bullish move would be if we can get back into this channel and continue on to the upside. So, yeah, I mean, I was watching the charts back then. I wasn't streaming. Yeah, I think when did I start this YouTube channel? A month ago? I think it's about a month ago I started doing this YouTube channel. So yeah, again, if I haven't said it this stream, I appreciate everybody that's following me and everybody that's in here listening to me ramble on. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. Oh, and again, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please, can you go down and like it? If you're not following me on Twitter and on YouTube, if you could do that, I'd really appreciate that as well. I'm pushing to get my 1,000 subscribers here. I think I'm just over 500 now. So yeah, if you can follow me on all those, that'd be pretty awesome. This dumb pen. Get rid of that pen tool. Okay, so Atom will explode like a nuclear missile. You know, you might be right, man. Or I don't know if you're a man or a woman or whatever you identify as, but yeah, Dash, I should say, Dash K. You might be right. I actually do think that Atom is going to have a massive run this time. I think that last time was kind of, Cardano's run. I think Dot had a pretty decent run. Who else had a decent run last one? But this time around, I think is Atom's turn. Atom is a fantastic project, and I expected them to go actually even higher last run, and so I expected them to get over $100. I think it's easily going to get over $100 during this next bull run, and yeah, so Atom is definitely a coin to look at. Your best buy, you missed the best buy. If you're listening right now and you're just going to jump into Atom, you already missed the best buy for Atom, which was obviously down here. Now you might get a second chance if it comes back down and gets to the 618 and we create a double bottom here. Let's look at a larger Fibonacci here. Top or bottom to top. Yeah, so we held that 0.5. So if we don't drop below this 0.5, that's still pretty bullish. You're bullish up at the 618. Once you get to the 786, you're still bullish, but it's kind of like iffy. But yeah, so we held this 0.5. And on the larger Fibonacci, coming back, and that's also previous resistance right here a little bit, and previous support. So, I mean, I still could see us coming back down and retesting that $11 range. If we don't, it's even more bullish. Yeah, I appreciate it if you share my videos. I appreciate that. I'm working on a. Oh well, welcome in, Simone. Yeah, I think I've been talking for. Oh man, I don't know, an hour or so. So there's I'll have it posted after the stream, and you can replay it. We just been going over the charts a little bit. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I'm working. So I do these just rambling stream. I do the live streams and I ramble, but I do my charting analysis in my videos, and I can kind of blow through those pretty quickly because I got the chart in front of me. I just talk about what's in front of my face, and it's easy. But right now, I'm trying to work on that the tutorial on basics of trading. Just using what am I doing it on? I got my notes in front of me here. Support and resistance, trend lines, and Fibonacci's is what I'm going to be doing a video on. And man, making a legitimate tutorial video is a whole lot more difficult than just doing what I'm doing right now, either a live stream or whatever. I don't usually edit any of my videos. I might cut a couple things, and if I'm breathing pretty loud or something, I might kind of work on that in the edits, but I don't really cut anything out. So, you get whatever I say. And now that I'm doing this tutorial, I'm doing so many cuts that and I'm trying to make it nice. I want it to be a good video, so I just don't want to throw out some crap. So anyway, if you don't know anything about charting or even just the basics, that video should be out hopefully by this weekend. If I wasn't doing this live stream right now, I probably would have put in another section of it because I'm just cutting it up into sections, which is making it easier for me. But yeah, respect to all those YouTubers out there that are doing all those cuts daily, because I don't do very many cuts and it's still time consuming. So if you see a bunch of videos out there that not only do they have a half hour or an hour long video, and then they got cuts and edits in it, man, that must have taken them all day to do something like that, and I just don't have time for that. So hopefully my stuff is good enough for my audience, and hopefully what I say on my chart analysis is helping some people out. So anyway, where's my Ravencoin at? Okay, golly, man, still below that line. We are trying, but this is a good sign. The more that we try and get above this thing, the more I expect it to do so. I'm just impatient right now because I'm on a live stream. I want to see something cool happen on one of my live streams. I guess we should be watching XRP more if we want to see cool things happen, because that's the one that's moving right now. But Ravencoin, still stuck here. So if you came in late, we're just waiting for it to, I put out this white line here. We're just waiting for it to break above that white line there. And that'll be a good sign for Ravencoin, because that would mean that we're breaking up on this falling broadening wedge here. And so, how much time? 15 minutes left on this thing right here, so we'll see. Oh, I want to look at eGold. Let me go down to my other eGold chart here. I don't know if anybody's interested in eGold. This is one of the coins that, one of the projects, I should say, that I'm actually more into than just charting. So a lot of these projects I like to chart, I like to invest, I like to put money into. eGold is one that I'm actually staking. I'm part of their ecosystem. I have the MyR wallet. I'm all into eGold. eGold has been fantastic. I really like what they're doing. I think it's a very strong project. And so I got into eGold, not there, right here. This is when I was buying into eGold. We had come back down. We had tested this support, or this previous resistance here as support. And that's when I started to buy into eGold, and just been riding it ever since. I don't know if I said this before, but I was about to sell my eGold right at $500, which would have been the top. But I had all my eGold staked, and it takes, was it like 15 days to unstake your eGold? So on the 14th day, eGold had fallen, probably right around down here. No, I think it was a little higher than that. Right around $300, I think. So maybe right in here. So eGold had fallen down to about $300, and I said, forget it. We're up at this 20 EMA. Maybe we'll keep going, and I didn't get out. So now I'm holding my bag of eGold all the way down to here. So, yep, if anybody's in the same boat as me. Let's do a Fibonacci from this bottom here to the top, just to see what's going on. Nothing there. Let's go even further. There it is. So eGold's holding the 382. You know, I've noticed a lot of projects are holding this 382 on the larger time frames. And also with eGold, I'm crossing my fingers here. Let me get rid of some of these things here. I'm crossing my fingers that we're creating a double bottom. It's not done yet, but if we did, that would break us out of this channel that we're in right here. And the good news is for this channel, here's our gap. And so if we can break above and get out of this channel, come up and hit this, 20 EMA here, retest the channel, and then break out to the upside, that would be pretty ideal for eGold, for me anyways. So that's kind of where we're at. I do think that obviously as long as this 382 holds, we've hit bottom for eGold, but I do think it's going to hold. I'm hoping it's going to hold. If it doesn't hold, yeah, we're probably going to be coming back pretty low prices, probably right back to around here. This was resistance right here, so probably around $25 is where I see us going next. I really don't see that happening. I sure hope it doesn't anyways. Ravencoin here. All right. Helium. Sure, I can look up helium. Do I have it on here? Somebody give me the helium symbol here. What is helium? Does anybody know? Is it, I have no idea. I have no idea what to start typing. Helium. It's Helium Inc. Helium Tether. Is it HNT? Yeah, okay, there it is. HNT, thanks. HNT, USDT. I like to go to Gate IO. I don't know if I said that earlier. Gate IO usually is one of the first places to get the coins, so they give you a longer chart history. Let's find out. Well, I don't know when Helium came out, so this goes all the way back to May 10th. This came out right at the top of Bitcoin. Let's see. Let me just find out if there's a better chart for this really quick. If this is the best chart, let me know in the comments so I don't waste my time looking here. But let's look at KuCoin. Usually goes back pretty far. No, that's not further. So I guess this is it. And I'm on the weekly. And if this is it, man, that doesn't look good. Although, I mean, you got some massive volume coming in here. Now that could be manipulated because I'm imagining helium doesn't have a very large market cap. So I can imagine that this volume, I mean, this had massive volume here and it didn't really do anything either. You've got the, let's go into the RSI here. So the RSI came and tapped down here. I'd really like to see for helium it break above the yellow line here, which is the moving average, and then find support above it. We're pretty low, so that's good. Are we making a divergence? Is this a divergence? No, it's not. That would have been good news. Maybe we're making a divergence on a lower time frame. Let's take a look. So, because right now it looks bad, honestly. You've got a line here. You've got resistance there. You've got massive resistance right there. Is that going to pull all the way over to this one? Yeah, it does. So that's pretty strong resistance right there to get above the $7.30 level. I don't see any kind of pattern forming, really. Let's go down to lower time frames. I mean, I see a pattern forming here. It's not a good one. You've got a triangle pattern forming right there. And since we're falling, triangle patterns like this usually fall to the downside. But, I mean, because the rest of the market's green, it possibly could go up. Doesn't mean it has to fall to the downside, but let's see. If it did, okay, let's get some price targets here. If it did fall to the downside, you're looking at it falling down to roughly $2.40. If it went to the upside, you're finally going to break above that 100 EMA and break out of this trend line right here. So that would be a good sign. That would put you at about almost $9. And if you did go to the upside, let's just be bullish here. So we break out, we hit this 100 EMA, we come back down and retest our previous trend line. We break up. Not only is the 200 lining up perfectly with our other trend lines, so we're going to hit those. Then we come back and we retest this line right here. This is the bullish scenario, just so you know. And then we keep moving to the upside like that. That's kind of what I'd like to see for helium for the bullish scenario. Honestly, I don't know anything about this project. Is this the project that allowed you to mine helium using like their machine that you could buy for like $50 or $100 and you can mine helium? Is that what this project is? I'm not really sure. Okay, that's what I thought. Now, was it saturated? Like, when helium came out, I think this is the one that I was looking into too, because it was like only $100 to buy a machine and you can mine a coin. And the coin was like, I mean, right now it's at 475. So even if, I don't know how many you get per day, but if you can mine 10 coins, I mean, that's still a good price. I mean, we're just getting rejected off the 20 multiple times here. But I don't know if helium was saturated because everybody was buying these miners and then it just got saturated. I don't know, with the amount of people mining it. Let's go down to a lower time frame to see if we can get some ideas of where we might be going here. Looks totally undecided to me, honestly. You got a bunch of gray on the braid filter here. We did cross above on the 4 hour, but the problem with this cross is we're just kind of dancing right there in the center. So that's telling me that it's extremely undecided, which obviously we're in this triangle pattern. That's usually what a triangle pattern is. It just means you're undecided on what direction you're going. Depending on where you draw these lines, I mean, when we're on the 4 hour, you can draw it there. Yeah, I think your best bet, because you obviously we got rejected here on the 200 as well. Your best bet is to wait on the 4 hour. The best scenario for helium would be to come up, break above that 200 right there, retest it, and then get out. That's the best bet for... Oh, that's right. I did see that. They partnered with T-Mobile. That's right. Boy, that should be super bullish, you would think. I don't know what Helium even does besides the mining machine, but obviously T-Mobile must have some kind of interest in them. And you know what, then? If that's the case, because I did see that they partnered with T-Mobile, if that is the case, maybe this triangle pattern does break to the upside. And if it does break to the upside, then, you know, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a breakout, and that would get you out of these resistances. You have resistance right here. You've got the larger resistance right here. And then you've got the massive resistance. This white line right here is the massive resistance you got to break out of. And this triangle, eventually, it's not one shot. It's not like it's going to go in one candle. Unlike, I mean, XRP did today, but unlike that, I mean, you're going to dance around here for a little bit and finally get out, if that's the case. And maybe that's why this is kind of coiling up. Maybe it's just waiting for this big breakout after this news. Wasn't the T-Mobile partnership just announced like last week or something like that? Or maybe at the beginning of the week, I'm not sure, but it was fairly recent, and so maybe it's just coiling up here, just waiting for that breakout. Let's put some Fibonacci's on this to see if we can get. Boy, it's really okay. Let's start from here to here. I always say it. The 1272, you always find some kind of reaction around the 1272. So to the downside, we're finding reaction at the 1272, so I could see it breaking up. And actually, I bet you this is going to take you to the, yep, look at that. It'll take you right down to the 1618 if it falls, which is the price target of this triangle here. This is all just sloppily drawn on here, just so you know. These aren't perfect lines. They're just sloppy because I'm just doing it quickly. And honestly, you know, my charting is not like to the penny. I'm a macro investor mostly, so, you know, I chart to the dollar instead of the pennies. Yeah, the beginning of the week. Okay, so if it was announced the beginning of the week, where's that at? Well, I guess that's the beginning of the month right here. So people knew about the announcement back here, let's say, maybe, and then we start to figure out where are we going, was this good news or bad news? And probably in the next, I mean, this thing has got to break out at the latest by the 27th of September. So I would say probably today, maybe at 3 a.m. when I see a lot of price action happening at 3 a.m. Oh, this is the daily chart. Okay. So yeah, actually today or tomorrow, maybe we get a breakout right here. And, oh, you know what? Let's do a Fibonacci on the daily here from the bottom to that top. So we held the 618 nicely right here. Okay. Then let's go from this bottom to that top. And I mean, it's still just coiling up. So that's kind of what I see for helium. I expect, I mean, it's going to go one way or the other here. Once you see that breakdown or breakout, that's when you know. We're also fighting with the 20 EMA right now as well. So there's that. Let's go really low. Maybe it'll get us. Okay, so here's your hint, maybe. We got some braid filters coming in on the green. We're above the 200 on the hourly. So that could be a hint of the direction we're going. Although throughout this time it kind of just goes back and forth. But we are getting closer to the apex. Got a nice candle forming there. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, still not above the 200. No green there. That's what I got. That's what I got for helium. So if you're into helium, you got that. I mean, there's your hopium, is to break out of those right there. But then you've still got this resistance and the 200 EMA coming in right here, which also lines up with the 786 to go back to that area. No problem. Let's go back up. Did XRP ever make it? Oh, they got rejected. Okay. I thought XRP was going to get rejected at this 200 on the daily, and it just blew right past it. So, yeah, there's that. What are we looking at here? Okay. Yeah, here we go. On the weekly for XRP, I got a suspicion. There's 2 days left. Either, I mean, if we close above the 200 on the weekly, that's super bullish for XRP. So keep an eye on that. FIRO. F-I-R-O. What is that? No idea what this is. Let's take a look. Gate.io. Okay. I don't know what this project is, but let's take a look at the charting. It is at resistance right now as we speak. So you've got support, 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 broke through, resistance, lots of resistance, and it is trying its hardest to break through. And the good news is the RSI is starting to creep above the 50, which is good. We don't have any red on the braid filter, which is good. We're creating a W pattern as we speak. 1, 2. If the W pattern breaks out, your price target would bring it around $8.69, which lines up perfectly with this resistance right here. And that resistance goes all the way back to here. So there's what you're looking for Fyro Z-Coin. What is this thing? I might have to look this up afterwards. No idea what it is, but it looks like there might be a move coming. So you're going to want to wait and see if this thing breaks above there. Let's go to the daily. Well, I mean, that's nice. So on the daily, you know, we're creating higher lows up here, and it's, you know, continuing to just smash into this resistance here. Let's go ahead and move this thing to right there. And let me bring this down to the 12-hour. See, that's forming this rising wedge here. And possible breakout any second, any time. So here you go. Here's your, on the 12-hour, you broke above, coming back down for the retest. Now, you don't want this white line to go underneath the yellow line. You want them to touch or not even, and then go continue on to the upside. Let's go down a little bit lower to the 4-hour here. And literally, you know, by tomorrow morning, this will have made its move. Now, you could see another fake out like this guy was. So, you never know. But on the weekly, it's looking pretty good. And so you'd want to see, you get the breakout, come back down and do a retest, possibly retest it again, and then go up. That's kind of what you were looking for. But it actually, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's bare, it's, you know, it's falling. Oh, here you go. And here's another trend line you're looking at right here too. So you actually, it just broke out of that. And so now it's coiling up between this resistance and this trend line, as you can see there. Let's go down to the daily. So it's kind of just, and so you had this big move here, which was a fake out. But was that when the, no, that wasn't even the Fed meeting. So it had this fake out, came back down, and now it's testing it again. And so that's actually looking pretty good. It's coiling up in there. You want it to get above there. Raven Rebels. What's up? Yeah, I got to take a drink here again. I've been talking for quite a while. Second. My dad asks me, how can you talk that long? I don't know. I don't know. So, let's see. This is a channel that it's been in. Just kind of up and down. And again, the good news is you've got your gap right there, which is telling me that it could be pretty bullish. 8 in the morning from Sweden. It's 11 p.m. from Seattle, Washington. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see. Okay, well, now that we got some Ravencoin people in here, let's go check and see where our Ravencoin's at. We've been fighting since you came in late. I'll bring it back up for you. We're fighting right in here. So we're trying to break above the blue line, and we've got to get above this white line right here, which lines up with the 100 EMA. If we can break above that, that's where I'm expecting us to come up to the 4.5 cent level. And eventually, you know, our biggest level that we need to get past is the 5 cent level, which is still quite a ways up. But we're holding this 618 really nicely. What did I say in my tweet? I missed out on my buy order. I had my buy order down here. I still do. But it really doesn't look like it wants to go down there. So if you go to the weekly, I mean, we're holding, so we came down and we tapped the 618 right here. And then I've got a bunch of junk on here, so let me just get rid of some of it. No, I don't want to get rid of that. So we tapped the 618, and then we've got a nice wick below it, but our body is still up here. And so if we can get the, and actually this white line right here, if we can get this body above that white line on the weekly, so we still have 2 days and 18 hours to go, that would be, in my opinion, pretty bullish to get above there. And then we can possibly start moving our way back up to the upside. Which, again, so for these broadening wedges, we've got our gap right here. And so this is actually a bearish pattern that we're in. So this pattern is supposed to fall, and we'd come back and retest down here, is what the pattern is supposed to do. But we do have a gap right here. And so, and we're holding that 618. So as long as we can continue to hold the 618 or get a really good bounce off this 786, then I expect us to continue on to the upside. Unfortunately, everything I've been saying in all my Ravencoin videos, if we fall through this, it's all moot. It doesn't matter anymore. So everything I've been saying about price targets, about price action, if we fall below the 786 and close a candle down here, and then we come and retest right here, I mean, that tells me right there that we're looking at a breakout for my price targets along, more along next year. Probably spring of next year is when we'd come back and retest up here again. So if we want to see any kind of move on Ravencoin this year in 2022, we have to hold this 618, or we have to get a massive rejection, not rejection, well, I guess you can call it a rejection from the bottom, but we have to get a big wick off the 786 if we're going to come down there and touch that again. We have to see something like this. If we go down to the 786, we got to see a wick like that come in. Otherwise, we're probably going to break down, and then everything I've said, it's not going to come true until probably later. Yeah, Raven BTC. So somebody was doing a chart on that on Twitter. I don't usually, I just naturally type in USD. I don't usually look at the BTC. Let's see, which one is the, let's try Binance. See if they got a good one here. Somebody was posting something on this. I'm on the monthly. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. On the monthly chart, which is, the largest time frame I look at, we had a break above on the RSI. We came back down and retested that moving average. And now we're getting above the 50 line right now on Ravencoin Bitcoin. We are getting rejected right at this resistance right here. Resistance. And it's kind of just been resistance. But we've tested it quite a few times here. This is the monthly. So 1 month, 2 month, 3 month got rejected. 4 months have a giant wick to the upside. That's pretty bullish. Let's go from bottom to top. And we're holding right around the 618. We held the 5 already. And so when you're using these Fibonacci's, they're kind of like steps. You want to see it hold here, then break above the next one, hold there, then break above the next one, hold here. And again, sorry, wrong chart. And so break above this one, hold here, and then break above the 2, 3, 6. These are the solid body of the candles. The wicks don't matter. You got to have the body. And so as long as in 7 days, 18 hours, On the monthly, we can hold above this 382 on the Ravencoin Bitcoin. That's pretty bullish in my opinion. That's another step we just made. And so then we can now move to the 236, and the stronger this chart gets, the stronger the USD chart will get. So yeah, this night in this wick right here, man, that's a nice move. Where we're going to find resistance, yeah, so actually the 236 lines up perfectly with the next resistance, which is right here and right over here. And then after that, the 1 lines up just about with this resistance right here. So let's see. Looks like the next support is down. Oh, Raven Rebels, was it you that was posting on the Raven BTC that I saw? I can't remember now. Might have been you. Let's see, the next support is down on 190, after that 130. Massive amount of hashing power now. Yeah, well, I mean, let me go down to the daily, because this is a pretty high time frame here. Yeah, so we came back down and we retested, what was this one again? The 382 right here. And we got a nice wick up, and it looks like we're trying to make a move to the upside. On the lower time frames, let me get rid of this one, and let's just chart this on the lower time frame. So from the bottom to the top here, we held the 382 perfectly. Then we moved up, and now from this bottom, so from this bottom to this top, we came down. We lost a little bit of momentum, came down, held the 0.5, but we also held the 200 EMA. And finally, and now so this is how the stairs work. We held the 382 here, we held the 0.5 here, and now, or was that here? And now we're holding the 618 right here. So we held 382, the 0.5, the 618. If we get another move to the upside, I'd expect the next retracement to come down and either hold the 786, or else that means that this move is done. And so right now it's looking really strong that we're holding this 618 right now. We need to break above the 100 or the 20 EMA on the daily. And it looks like maybe the RSI is going to come back and cross the moving average down here. The braid filter is falling in the red, so that's good. And I'll just go down to the 4 hour here. Well, yeah. I mean, if we did something like back here, where we went under the 200 for a little while, and then we had our big move to the upside, that's something we need to pay attention to as well. We're gray on the braid filter, and we're riding the moving average on the RSI down here. Okay, yeah, that was you. If you look at the daily, let me go to the daily. Let's see. You said 190. Yeah. So are you looking at not that one? So you're 175. Is that what you said before? No, 130. So your 190 is right here. Is this guy right here? Is that the support you're looking at? I think that we're probably above that already. Yeah, I think we're above that right now. And then the 130 is this support right here. So you're looking at just straight support and resistance when you're looking at that, is what I'm guessing. So here's your 130. That's 137 actually. 130. Okay, I see. Right here. Is that right? Yeah, okay. And then I'm basing this off of Fibonacci's mostly. The Fibonacci's seem to be holding pretty good on this. I see what you're talking about with support and resistance, and that's definitely something to pay attention to. But it looks like this 618 Fibonacci's doing okay right now. And so as long as this 618 holds, I can expect us to possibly get up and create a new high here, which if that were to happen on the USD chart, that would probably be our push on the USD chart to finally get back up to that 5 cent level. Would be this move right here. Actually, if it came above this high on the BTC chart, if we came above this high on the BTC chart, then on the USD chart, that might actually get us back up to our resistance line. Let me show you. If we get up to that high on the BTC chart, that might bring us up to around here again on the USDT chart, which would be the move we're looking for. So it's definitely good to pay attention to both. I don't usually chart the BTC chart, but it's always good to pay attention to that. So I'm glad other people are looking at it. So, and it looks good to me. It still looks very bullish. So that's good. Let's see. Any Luna fans in here? Sorry, I laughed. Luna's great for making some quick money if you know how to trade. With these massive swings here to the up and the downside. What am I on the daily? So we're holding this support right here for, this is Luna USD, and we held this support. We're getting rejected off the 20. I don't know if anybody's a Luna fan. 786. This run looks like it's almost done. I'd stay away from these coins if I were you. So definitely not investment. I would not be investing in these. But I mean, if you're looking to trade, these are fantastic if you can catch them. If you can catch these pumps right here, you're making a lot of money. So, and actually it's up 6.5% right now on the day. So yeah, no problem on the Raven. Let's see. Yeah, no, you definitely got to be good at trading. You can get totally wrecked on this. Oh, man. Okay, I hate to say this, but that looks like a cup and handle to me almost on the daily for Luna. So it's kind of an ugly one. You know, you got it falling there. But, you know, got your massive cup here. Your handle's forming. So, I mean, if you're going to trade, this is actually the point you want to get in on the daily time frame. Remember that. If you get in on the 4 hour, it could be completely different. So there's that. So yeah. Also, actually, I mean, could be cup and handle, but you also got to be aware that you're getting rejected off the 618 right here. So just pay attention to that too if you end up getting into some trades here. I'm not telling anybody to trade this because it's very easy to get wrecked. So yeah, they wreck you once. They're not going to wreck you again. Right? So. And I don't know who else came in late, Raven Rebels, but and I don't know when the last time I looked at this, but it's still looking bad. We're looking at the Raven chart. Not bad, but just not in the time I wanted it to. So we're waiting again. We're waiting for this thing to get above the blue line and finally break above the white line here on the 1 hour for the Raven chart. Now, actually, let's do some fibs here and see where we're going. So from this low to that high, we held the 618. Now, from this low to this high, okay, so I don't know, I think I might have said this earlier, we got to hold the 382, which now we're just running into right now as we speak, or as I speak. Let me get rid of some of these things here. So we're running into the 382 right now, and it's, you know, finding a little bit of support there. So this is what, actually, this is good. If we can hold this 382, that would be the most bullish in my opinion. This would be the best move if we can hold that 382 and then break out. That second best move, or second and third best move, is no further than the 618 right here. And then we get our move. So no further than that 618. If we come down to the 786, I'm not really liking that because that, you know, keeps us open to coming back and filling this hole down here. So we got this massive hole on this you know, this falling broadening wedge that we don't want to get filled with any price action. Number one degen. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, okay, we're getting a nice wick off of that. Hopefully, and we still got 40 minutes to go. I want to look at XRP. Oh man, is this thing forming some kind of a bull flag maybe? Let's go to the, let's even go lower. 30 minutes. I don't like going to, look at this thing. It's just dancing on the RSI on the top here. Who thinks that this is going to, here, maybe oh, here, let's test something out here. Let's see, will XRP hit 59 cents tonight? Okay, I'm testing a poll. Did that thing go through? Will XRP hit 59 cents tonight? Anybody know? Let's see. Did the poll even go through? I've never done that before. Let's see. Well, nobody's voting on it. Nobody likes XRP in here. Okay. Any other coins anybody wants to look at? Let me go down my list here. Let's see. I was looking at VeChain earlier. Is anybody into VeChain? Oh, boy. I had a should have kept my long position open. Anyway, so VeChain did it. I was looking at VeChain earlier. I was waiting for it to get up to this 100 EMA on the 4 hour, and it did it. So, and we got some nice move on the braid filter here for VeChain. Not a good time to buy in right now, but if we break above that 100 EMA, it could be for VeChain. So, let's see. Is that what happened? They had some... Oh, is that all it was quote, progress in their fight with the SEC? Yeah, learning how to do the charts better. I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about my video I'm making on basics of charting, and it should be out this weekend, I hope. A lot harder to make a tutorial video than it is to ramble on about this stuff I'm talking about. So, no, I totally agree with what you just said, Raven Rebels. Yeah, we all need to back the XRP community. I think the XRP community is great, honestly, but we really need them to win this. We as in crypto, investors really need them to win this, because if they don't, or it's labeled as a security, well, there's your $10,000 to $15,000 Bitcoin right there. So if you're wanting to get a $10,000 to $15,000 Bitcoin, yeah, XRP loses or it's labeled as a security. There you go. But if it is not, or they settle, or they win the case, that's going to be a nice catalyst for sure. Okay, so somebody's asking the low prices to buy more. Raven? Let's see. Well... Oh, you know what? Just noticed something here on the 4 hour. Should have been paying attention. Got a head and shoulders coming in right here. So you got your left shoulder right there. You got your head. And you got your right shoulder right there. If you're looking for lower prices on XRP, you might have missed them. I missed them. I even missed them. I got my orders in down here at 033, somewhere around in here at this Fibonacci line. So you might have missed them, but if you didn't miss them, you want to be looking right down in here, anywhere in this area right here. We've had long-term, extremely long, no, well, it is pretty long-term. Let's go to the daily. We've had pretty long-term support all the way from back in June. We've had this support line. If it breaks through there, then you were probably coming back down to 2 cents. And then that's your next spot for the lowest price to get in. This, in my opinion, seems a lot less likely. This seems maybe 40% chance coming back into the just above 3 cents. But the way the price action is moving right now, with this possible inverse head and shoulders forming, this falling, broadening wedge looking like it's breaking to the upside, yeah, the lower prices would be, I mean, where I just said, but it looks like it might be getting reversal here. This is a reversal pattern. Inverse head and shoulders is a reversal pattern. A W pattern is a reversal pattern. Where's this price target? If in fact this plays out as an inverse head and shoulders, your price target is bringing us back up to this spot right here where we had some action. Right around just about 5 cents. I mean, we still got a little gap here for 5 cents, but that's where the price target would be for that. So, yeah, this is looking really good. Inverse head and shoulders, falling broadening wedge, however you want to call it, it's doing something bullish. And as long as this 382 or the 618 line on this Fibonacci here holds, which the 382 is holding right now, then it's looking pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, let me see if I can catch up on some of these. Convert the sale of all types of ordinary assets. Yeah. Into securities, yeah. Well, that's what they've been arguing for the last couple of years. Yeah, no, well, the SEC is like totally overstepping, you know, their authority. They're an awful organization for an organization that's supposed to, you know, support and take care of investors like you and me. They're not doing a very good job of it. They're doing a better job of helping corporations and wealthy individuals. I don't know, maybe you guys are wealthy. I'm not. Not yet. Not till the next bull run. But yeah. So I mean, I can't imagine. Honestly, I can't imagine the SEC winning this thing. That would crush the crypto, which is what they're probably trying to do, is crush the crypto market, because the crypto market is competing directly with the US dollar. Oh man, I should have made myself a cup of tea. Well, DGen Smokers Club, thanks for the subscribe and the follow on Twitter. Appreciate that. It's awesome. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to me or you're not following me on Twitter, I do chart analysis mostly on Ravencoin lately, but I'm into all sorts of crypto. But I do chart analysis, and every once in a while I'll jump on the live stream like this, and appreciate everybody that has been, you know, listening to me ramble. So, you know, it's kind of fun. Yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on this Ravencoin chart. I wanted to do something. I actually have a long position open on Ravencoin right now, so I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to break up above this 200 EMA here. So, don't drink tea. What? Tea's the best. Yeah, give me a good English breakfast in the morning, and good to go. His voiceover is awesome. Whose voiceover? KMD Komodo. Boy, you know, I looked into this thing like 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago. Boy, they don't. KuCoin, I guess, would be the best option for that. Oh, come on. Don't get down below the 382. My voiceover? Okay. Okay. All right, let's get to Komodo here. Oh, look at that. It's doing some kind of triangle pattern right there, right off of this W pattern. We're on the 4-hour time frame. So we've got a little bottom coming in here. You got a triangle forming right here. And let's zoom out here. Let's go to the weekly so I can even see what this is all about. Oh, crap. Hope you didn't buy up here. Okay, you got some resistance right there. Just for the heck of it, let's put this guy on. Okay. Yeah, on the weekly, could be forming a giant W pattern here. That'd be your hopium right there. Is a W pattern's forming, which would, in order for that, you'd have to break above this resistance right here. You got some resistance right coming in right there, around 32 cents. Your next resistance is right there around 45 cents. And then you're looking at probably around 64 cents. Those are your resistance lines. If this was a W pattern and it played out, that's your breakout. And it gets you right up to this resistance up here. I wouldn't follow this where I've put it. I would follow this resistance line right here. Maybe you can move this over here, maybe, and that would get it closer. So there's your target for Komodo. If that's a W pattern. So this thing, in order for that to be a W pattern, has to break above 32 cents. Let's go down back to the 4-hour. And dang it. And you've got this W pattern. The price target looks like it's already played out. Yeah, you've already reached that price target. So your only hope right now is that this ugly looking triangle here breaks out to the upside, but you got a couple hours maybe. Still looking good on the 1 hour. On the RSI, looks great. You did come up here, and the RSI got pretty high. It hit the 75 level, which is why you got a little bit of rejection. Let's put a Fibonacci on that. And you're holding above the 0.5. So yeah, it's looking decent. Doesn't look like it's going to drop too much. Well, unless it falls. It doesn't look like it's going to drop. And I mean, it could fall through this. It still could, but it looks fairly good, in my opinion, for Komodo. Let's see. 3 votes in the XRP poll. That's it. Man. Oh no, 4 votes. I think there's more than 4 people in here, maybe. Well, 100% of you think it's getting to 59 cents tonight. 100% of the 4 votes. Okay. I'm going to end this poll. 100% of you guys think it's getting to 59 cents. Let's go to XRP, and I will see if I think it's going to get to 59 cents. I want to take a quick peek at it. Tonight's the question. Is it going to get to 59 cents tonight? Is that the XRP chart I want? Which one was I using? Was it this one? There it is. That's what I was using. Tonight. Okay, whose time tonight? It's 11:33 p.m. my time. So that means my time in 30 minutes it would have to get to 59 cents. So I'm going to give that a no. But it depends on where you are. And let's just say by tomorrow. Yeah, I do. Possibly forming a kind of an ugly bull flag here. Maybe. And that would put you right up there. This would have, if that is some kind of a bull flag, you'd have to break out fairly soon. I mean, this is the 1 hour chart, so I'd say probably in the next hour or two. But do we think that XRP is going to go another 10%? That would put it at 20% for the day. We're pretty far from the 20 EMA as well. So, Ohio, 230. Oh, man, you're up. You're up early. I was going to say late, but you're up early. Yeah, so, I don't know. I'm going to keep my eye on it. No, I'm going to go to bed, but when I wake up, I'm going to keep my eye on it and see where we're at. Because, I mean, if you're looking to, I mean, I don't give trade signals. I want to throw that out there. I don't give trade signals. I'm not a trader. I trade with throwaway money. So, you know, if I want to put a long position, I'm in a long position right now on Ravencoin, but it's throwaway money. If I lose it, I'm not going to go cry to my mama. So, you know, because trading, I'm a long-term investor, sometimes a swing trader, very rarely a day trader. But when I see an opportunity, I want to take advantage of it. And so if you were trading, 59 cent area would be a great short, in my opinion. The downside is so much more probable than the upside after that. The resistance on that is just too much. Going to the weekly, the resistance at 59 cents is just too much. And you got the 100 EMA, you got all this resistance, great time to short. Now, I'm not saying it's going to continue to fall. Shorting, you know, you're going to, if you're lucky, you'd get it all the way back down to 38 cents, and that would be a massive trade. But I don't even know that it's going to go back down to that. So, yeah, I mean, it says it right down here. UTC. So 2336 is what it says down here. That would be 33 minutes, just like where I'm at right now. UTC 7. I don't know. I'm not a time per UTC 7. What is UTC? That's Los Angeles for me. I mean, UTC can be anything. Vancouver. It's the same time. Let's see. Coordinated Universal Time. Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, in the daily. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, there's 17 and a half hours to go on the daily. That's what you're talking about? Yeah, totally. Yeah. So there's well, according to the daily on here, because on my time zone at 5 p.m. is the close. And so you got 17 and a half hours to go till this daily candle closes. And that goes for all charts, I believe. Either way. Oh, so by the end of the day, yeah, totally I could see it hitting 59 cents. By in 17 and a half hours, definitely. Yeah, GMT. Yeah. Boy, I need to open up a book and read a little bit more about time zones. So, but in 17 and a half hours, I think there's a good chance that we get up to that 59 cent level if it's just a giant wick at that. All the momentum seems to be in the favor of going up. We had a great move from XRP breaking above this 200 and then getting this nice candle afterwards. But enough of XRP. Most of you guys are Ravencoin people, I think. Where are we at? Did we get there? Did we hold the line? Here we go. We bounced off this 382 so far. But moving down on the braid filter, it's not a good sign. I'd like to see that and run the 1 hour. Let's go to the 30-minute. We're in red. Yeah, so if this thing, and we came back down to the 50 and the 30-minute, so if we can cross back above this yellow MA right here, see how we were kind of dancing on it all the way up? Then we broke through it. Now we need to get back above it. And that would be what we need to propel us above our lines here. So there's that. And that would get us to finally have this inverse head and shoulders get the breakout. that we need to get out of here. Did I answer all the questions about coins that we want to look at? Anybody else got anything? My voice is getting kind of tired, so if we don't have any more questions, I might be calling it here pretty soon. Let me look down my list here. Excuse me. Yeah, because my voice is... I gotta take another drink. Excuse me. Okay, so let me go down the list here, see if I got anything else, see if anything else is making a move. Nope. Looks like Algorand's getting rejected. Yeah. Ooh, Algorand's coming up in... Is that on a Fibonacci line it's retesting right now? Can't tell. Yeah, the 618. So... On the weekly, it's above the 618. On the 12-hour, it's above it. On the 6-hour, it's testing it as support. Boy, if that holds, then yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, no other questions on coins. I want to do one more check on Ravencoin before I get off here. See if we got anything going on. Because by the time I wake up, after I go to bed here pretty soon, this thing will have made its move. Got a nice wick there up the 382. I mean, it's still looking good. So cross our fingers that it gets up there. But no other questions. I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting tired. People are up at 3 a.m. over in Ohio right now. And yeah, it's a good stream. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Again, if you haven't liked this stream, if you can go ahead and do that, it'd be highly appreciated. If you're not following me on YouTube or on Twitter, I'd appreciate that as well. You get faster updates on Twitter because it takes me a while to make a video. And look out for my tutorial coming up this weekend. For anybody that doesn't trade or doesn't understand the charts, it's just going to be a very basic tutorial. Maybe I'm going to do another tutorial on patterns, trading patterns, which I'm not a huge pattern trader. I know it might seem like it. I'm mostly a Fibonacci trader. Fibonacci's are my thing, and I use the pattern. I use the patterns. I use trend lines and a whole bunch of other things in order to find my entries and find my exits. So, thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you next time.